Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny De Lillo and we're here at the Cambridge Los Angeles showroom in West Hollywood, and I'm here with Emily Moss Wilson with her movie Drink. Let's take a look at a clip.
Mom kidnapped us. Police are probably looking for her right now. We'll throw her in jail. Forever.
You're lying. Look, is the room available or not?
Sorry, the water's no good. It's a busted pipe.
Do the locks work?
Yes?
Then it's perfect.
This place smells like a rotting corpse.
Somebody died in here?
Get your ass in bed.
You're gonna be sorry when Dad finds us.
What the hell did you do with the kids? If you did anything to hurt them, Alice, I swear to God.
You swore to love and cherish me forever. Don't I mean anything to you anymore? I am your wife. Did you want this to happen to your brother? Ow! Ah! Answer me.
Yes.
Emily.
Nailed it.
We nailed it. Emily, it's amazing to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a brief synopsis of your movie Drink.
In short, it's a mini Twilight Zone episode, but the story itself takes place primarily in an old desert motel, and we follow this woman Alice and her two sons as they kind of stumble upon this old desert motel. She's getting dreary as she's driving in the middle of the night, and once she gets to the motel, she sort of realizes that she has a strange connection to the place, and not only the place, but specifically the room that she's put in.
You had a great cast,
yes,
and
very lucky.
A fantastic female lead and two wonderful, young actors.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come across them?
So, I mean, we just did casting. I mean, I had a really great casting director. Her name is Gina Gallego, and she was just as invested in this as I was. She just wanted to find the best actors. And, they say don't work with kids, don't work with animals, don't do special effects, all this stuff. Well, we didn't have an animal, but, I didn't really want to do just two people talking in an apartment for my first thing. I kind of wanted to push myself and challenge myself because, it was my first thing to direct, but I had produced some other shorts. So, working with two kid leads was definitely not intimidating for me because I love kids. I love working with kids.
And they were great.
They were fantastic. But we just did we did a casting process, and we pooled both our friends for the older characters. I sort of reached out to my friends who were actors, and then also asked them if you have people in your classes, your acting classes, or at your management company who you would vouch for, like send them our way. And then the kids, we just did a casting call, and we saw a lot of kids, and for better or worse, like there were a couple of kids that came in that I was like, oh, those could be the kids. And then we did chemistry reads where we had the brothers read opposite each other, and then when we finally had our last couple of choices for Alice, for the lead, we brought Alice and all the kids to do like a mix match session to try to create this family.
Again, you directed, you co-wrote, and you produced it. I mean, that's a challenge in itself.
Yeah.
But what would you say was your biggest challenge making this film?
Well, I guess there were two things that were, one thing that I knew was going to be tricky, and then one thing that just ended up becoming tricky. The first thing was I wrote it in a motel, which in LA I was like, this won't be hard to find. And we scouted so many real motel rooms. And the other part about the motel is that, well, two things. Number one, we have flashbacks to the past in that same room. So it kind of had to be a motel room that wasn't super modern in any way, and could feel like it kind of was trapped there and just very mildly updated. So that was one caveat. And then two, we knew we were shooting with kids, and when you shoot with kids, you have less hours to shoot.
Right.
And so we knew that if we had a practical motel room, we wouldn't be able to light. We'd have to almost like relight a lot because there wouldn't be any like lighting from above as you could if you were on stage. So one of the things early on was just we were looking at our budget numbers and looking at the pros and cons of a practical location versus stage, and we just came to the realization that although it was maybe, you know, $5 grand, I don't know, $7 grand more to decide to build the motel room and the bathroom, looking back, it was the best decision we made. We shot 3.5 days on a stage in Burbank, and that's where we built the main hotel room.
It's amazing. And
the bathroom, and it was just, it was great because the stage was comfortable, there was space for everyone, it was nice, you know, we weren't cramped into we didn't have to go to some sketchy motel room and rent out multiple rooms to put all our gear and our crew and all that stuff.
And it looked like a sketchy motel room.
I'm glad. Well, and
really
and
I would
that's
have
the
no
other
idea.
thing.
I had no idea that was like in a studio. Like, I'm
Perfect.
joking. I can't. It's amazing.
Well, and that's the other thing. The lobby, motel lobby, and the exterior are an actual pre-existing set that we were trying to match as well.
Right.
So we kind of had to take our design cue from that and say, okay, this room could fit in that motel.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
So
Emily.
we were able to shoot quicker because we could light from the lighting grid above and then just tweak lighting as opposed to. So that was the daunting task.
Well,
just
I mean,
never having to. I've never built an entire working set or had to
well, you can do it.
conceive
I mean,
it.
when
Well,
you've
yeah,
got good set
not just
designers,
me.
yeah.
I mean, we had a great team, but
Yeah.
that was just when we decided to pull that trigger. It was just like, okay, well, here we go.
That's
and I'm very happy with how it turned out. But that was just a challenge. That was just a logistical challenge.
What is it like after what you've had sensational film with a lot of hard work? What is it like to have your film then selected for New Filmmakers Los Angeles?
Oh man, I mean, anytime somebody says I like what you made, it doesn't matter what it is. I think you're like, really, you like it? All of us insecure artists, but no, you know, I was talking to another filmmaker the other day about just the process of post-production and then getting it out into the world, and it's funny because you go through a period of kind of hating your film. I feel like most people do, because you've been so close to it, and you as the director, know all the little things that didn't happen.
That's
but
right.
an audience doesn't. They just see what they see.
It's like releasing your film baby, isn't it?
It totally is like having a kid, man. And you put it out into the world, and it's like, it's there. And so I would say it's funny because early on, people were really excited to see it, and I was still in that zone of like, oh, but we didn't get this, and we didn't get that, and when I see this scene, we didn't get that, and this, and I had to really catch myself and be like, stop, I wasn't doing it on purpose, it's just, it becomes your life for like years.
It becomes your life, and so I'm curious to know, like, what's coming up next for you?
Sure. So what's next is, well, primarily I'm having a real child. So that's going to be...
Can you believe? I mean, I don't know how you're so composed. You just made a film and you're what, you said 7.5?
I'm 7.5 months pregnant, yeah.
So a film baby
film
and a
baby followed by a real baby.
Real
And
baby.
you know what's funny about that? I knew that I had to get the film baby done first.
Right.
Because, I mean, I love kids and family's super important to me. And so I wanted to make sure that I did that while I had my me time, you know what I mean? And then, and obviously I'll do more projects, but that first one is just, you pour your lifeblood into. So that'll be coming up very soon.
Both be coming up very
real
soon.
Child, yeah. But project-wise, just doing some commercial stuff. I just shot a cool spot with Kerry Washington from Scandal.
Oh, cool.
And that was really amazing. She was great, and it's going to be, I think, hopefully helpful for me just as a filmmaker to have someone like her in a project that I've done.
Absolutely.
So just trying to procure some more commercial work because those shoots are 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, honestly, we loved your film, and I always love to know that, you know, this concept is we're gonna be seeing more of your work, and Drink had me like I was just on the edge, not knowing what's gonna happen, and you know, we're excited. Congratulations on your film.
Thank you very much.
On your film baby.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your baby.
Yes.
And we so look forward to seeing more.